Hey, what's going on, DDO players? Axel here. Welcome back to my free-to-play series. If you haven't seen these videos before, this is a series where I'm playing through the game on a fresh free-to-play account, only using what I find, no auction house, no DDO store, no guild buffs, nothing except what I find. So today we're in House Valarian, and we're going to run two quests here. The first one being Church in the Cult, which is the only level 9 quest that is free-to-play. We're also going to run Faithful Departed. I'm sorry, had a blank there. I couldn't remember the name. Faithful Departed is actually a level 8 quest, but I actually did take level 11, so we're not going to get delving bonus. The reason I took level 11 is because I was about to be what we call double capped, which means I was almost at level 12. So at that point, I would have stopped gaining XP, and I was getting close. So I was like, you know what? I'll just take level 11. It's fine if I don't get optimal XP, in that quest. So what we're actually going to do, since I'm at level 11 already, I'm going to go ahead and run Church in the Cult first. I just want to run that one first. It's a little trickier, and then we'll go back and we'll run Faithful Departed. Really, these are both actually very tricky quests. Faithful Departed has, when we get to it, you'll see. But if you're not familiar with that quest, it has certain enemies called the Venerated that you cannot kill, and if you kill too many of them, the quest auto fails. That's a mechanic you'll never see them put in a quest now, but these are both very old quests. So the first Church in the Cult here is in the south of House Valarian. So as far as gear update, I guess I can do that quickly. I mean, there's really nothing to say. Last episode we found this. See the last episode of the episode before, we found this holy great sword, which I'm using now. But everything else is pretty much the same. I haven't managed to catch any big upgrades. I swapped my helmet off there. I do have a haggle helmet, which I had on temporarily that I was using for for purposes of getting more platinum. But yeah, I mean the same gear pretty much. I'm really hoping in the next level or so we get some more upgrades. I would love to get a strength 5 item, maybe a better deadly item, better double strike would be wonderful. And Seeker would be nice. I mean, I have a Seeker item, but I'm not using it right now, opting for something else in that slot. So yeah, we'll see what we get, but still pretty skimpy on our gear, to be honest. Okay, so we're gonna run this on elites. Okay, so this quest is it's one of these old ones that, again, just like Faithful Departed, it has a mechanic that they would never, the DDO devs, I don't think would ever put in the game which is they require a certain search DC in order for you to complete this quest. So to do this solo, you do have to make sure your search is at least, I got it up to 7, and that was enough. But I did have to get a couple things. I have an intelligence item, and I'm gonna have some prayer scrolls. I actually have the spell. Since I got to level 11, I can actually have level 3 spells now. But I got prayer to give me a luck bonus. Intelligence gives me a little more bonus from there, and I've got some heroism potions. So that, and I also, for this quest, by the way, I forgot to mention, in my enhancements, I did have to reset to take human, because I need to get, just to get the search DC here, I had to take human skill boost to give me a +4 action boost to search, and then I also took awareness three ranks just to get another 3 search, and that's solely for this quest, so I can actually do it. Okay, and we gotta go this way, talk to this guy. I think we got a little bit of a fight here at the beginning, if I remember correctly. Yeah, lots of, you're seeing a trend here with these last few quests is a lot of these arcane skeletons that are quite nasty. Is there anything else? Okay, so fortunately with the door you have to find, it is right here at the beginning. So it's right here. You have to find this door or you just can't do the quest. So right now our search is, let's see, what is our search? It's 2. So we're going to put on our intelligence item to make it 4. We are going to drink a heroism pot to make it 6. And then we're going to use prayer. That's going to give us 8. So actually I was a little higher than 7. Maybe I had a higher than 7 last time. And then our skill boost is going to give us 12 search. So we should have no problems finding it with 12. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, you're going to have to do something. Intelligence is an intelligence-based skill, so that's why the intelligence item was giving us more search. But you gotta find, it shouldn't be too hard. There should be some things you can do to get yourself to the search. If you want to do this quest, you know, don't be shy. If you, I don't have a search item as well. I've not been able to find one, or if I did find one, I threw it away. Not thinking about that I could possibly use it for this quest. So if you do have a search item, that'll make that a whole lot easier. There are items that just give you a, you know, X amount of extra search. I just don't happen to have one. If I did, I would be using it. And if you're, you know, if you're watching this and you're like free to play or new, you're not gonna be using the same restrictions I am. So just go to the auction house and find yourself a search item and an intelligence item. You should be able to find something there. So this quest, other than that tricky part at the beginning where you have to have search, is not, you know, it's not too crazy. There are some deadly traps you got to watch out for, and the boss here is the first, I believe it's the first vampire we see in the game. So the vampire boss at the end does have some regeneration ability, and it also has a DR silver. Now I have not managed to find a silver weapon, but I still should be fine. It's just if you have a lower DPS character and you don't have a way to bypass this DR, you might run into the end, and you know, on certain difficulty levels you might struggle to complete the quest because you can't kill the boss. So if you do find a silver weapon, it has to have silver, then go ahead and use it. I just don't have, I would be using one, but I don't have it. Or we can just do a lower difficulty. So in this quest, this is pretty straightforward. We have to examine this book, and then we just go. It's one of these quests where I think even back to episode 2 or 3 or 4, I talked about this. It's one of these quests where you go east, you get a thing. You go west, you get a thing, and then it lets you go forward. So that's one of these. We got to go east and then west. The most difficult part of the quest is, well, one of the trickier parts is here. A lot of traps, a lot of cold traps, and we already got our cold. Let's see. We didn't even do our strength and wisdom wands. Let's hit that up. But a bunch of deadly traps here. Just watch out. You should be fine if you just are aware of them and have your hireling. Make sure you're managing your hireling, you know, in this quest. It's easy to... They really like to run into traps. That's what I'm trying to say here. Okay, I think up here, hopefully I don't run into too many. There's also wolves you got to watch out for. Yeah, there's a cold trap, so make sure you got your cold resist here. Yeah, there's more cold traps. These wolves up here is what I'm talking about. They can trip you, which I'm going to go ahead and use a lay on hands in case that happens. And I should have used a shield wand. This guy's throwing some force damage there. Okay, not too bad. Okay, this room right here. Lots and lots of traps. So I'm using a new hireling. This guy actually has some spell point divine vitality. So some of these hirelings will have this, which is divine vitality. Will actually rejuvenate your spell points for you if you want them to. Okay, so here I need to be really careful to make sure I've got angel skin and all this stuff up. So lots of traps. There's nothing you can really do here if you're not a trapper other than just do your best. Have your cold resist. Try to get to this altar without getting hit too much, and then you can fight on this kind of stone area. There's no traps here. Okay, so the only thing we have to do in this section, we just got to hit this. So we are done. So we got that rune lit up here. There's a secret door over here, I believe. That wall I'm looking at. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just run back the way we came. Alright, so I'm going to pull my hireling here. Have them stand pat. Heal me up. Check my cold resist. It's still good. Should be fine. Just watch out. Yeah, if you have a trapper here, obviously that helps a ton. But if you don't, just wait for him to go away. See, I got through that time without getting hit. And these cold traps, if I just run forward, I shouldn't get hit. Yeah, see, they all missed me. A lot of times in DDO, I mean, it's a bit of a hack, but if you just, well, not technically a hack, you know, I'm using that in a colloquial sense, but if you just run straight forward, a lot of times it takes the game longer. Like, you'll be through the trap before the trap can trigger. Now, it's not that way all the time, but a lot of the time. Okay, so we got one. So this is, you can see the two runes. The one's lit because we lit the one in the east here. Now we run to the west. More traps. There's actually that hallway is kind of cold themed. This hallway is fire themed. There's a bunch of fire methods here at the end. Got to be kind of patient with these traps. And I got hit by that one. That's okay. Have my hireling top me off here. Okay. Be nice if I could get a trip item as well. I don't have anything boosting my trip DC. That would be very helpful. Especially against all these undead, where a trip is my only option. I mean, I'm still hitting, you know, a decent amount. Stunning as well. I could use a better stunning item. And I could be doing a better job, honestly, of hitting my short-term buffs. But I'm kind of at the level still where Divine Might is pretty SP intensive. So if I want to have enough... SP in between shrines to, you know, hit my... all the relevant buffs I need, like Angel Skin and in this stuff, I need to be a little more careful with using that. I'm even still scrolling out Prayer. There's a bunch of traps here, but if I jump, I should get around them. Okay, a bunch of fire methods in here, so I will use some stuff here. Okay, altar number 2. Took a little damage, but that's okay. Being a little more careless. See, sometimes the game just, like, right there, it just doesn't hit you. If you just run fast, you know, the game a lot of times just, the trap just won't hit you. Even though it looks like you ran through it. Alright. Getting towards the end. I could go, see that, I think that hidden door was a shrine, but should be fine. I'll just go through here and we'll just buff before the end fight. I believe there is force. I think there's force traps here, yeah.
But the smell of blood hangs heavy here.
Got hit by one. Okay, so this is the end fight. Here's the vampires in here. So let's go ahead and re-up our buffs. Don't want anything. I don't want anything going off cooldown when I'm in the middle of the fight. So. Okay, I think we're ready to rock and roll here. Now, as soon as I get the hireling here. You know, I didn't get my resist, actually. Okay. Here we go. He will. So he will appear and disappear. See, he's got a lot of DR. I wish I had a silver weapon. It would make this a lot easier. Also, being a vampire, he's very vulnerable to light. So if you are like a cleric, light caster, favored soul caster, anything that casts light spells, you will probably mess him up. Vampires are very, very sensitive to light, obviously. Alright, there we go. And I'm not getting tons of XP. I actually ran this when I was prepping for this episode. I did run this on Elite already. So this is actually the second time I've run Elite, which is why the XP is a little bit lower. Okay, Gracious Ring, Diplomacy. Okay, we don't care. Nothing good here. Yeah, I've really been not getting great stuff in terms of... What is this? Cloak of Shadows, Hide, moves. Okay, that doesn't really help us. Has an augment slot on it, which is interesting, but I've not gotten any cool good green augments, and unfortunately those skills are completely useless for us. But okay, let's now go to quest number 2, which is going to be Fateful Departed. And at this point, whenever I do get to level 12, I should be next episode. I should be level 12, I would think. Possibly not. We'll see. I have been clearing out higher. Even today, I did a few quests. Let's see. Disciple Combat Mastery. I did a few quests today that are, you'll see in future episodes. PRR 12. Vitality is
interesting.
So I'll probably continue to unlock future episode quests on normal and hard between next few episodes. So I actually did we'll be doing Tempest Spine as well. It's my plan. Was able to solo that today on normal, so hopefully we can repeat that in the future episode. Okay, nothing really that's going to help us here, unfortunately. All right. So the next quest, we're going to drop right down. I'm going to talk to Avanti here, Moonwillow. Get the Fateful Departed. This quest I have not done on Elite yet. And repair. I don't need to worry about. I'll sell between the next few episodes, so I'll sell later. But Fateful Departed actually takes place. It has its own wilderness area actually called the Shrouded Vale. And I don't know if I'll use it, but I did bring this longsword. This is actually a really good longsword I happen to get, but I got that just in case. So being a two-handed fighting character with strike through, that means I have AoE, area of effect, so I hit stuff around me in addition to what I'm actually striking at. It can make this quest a little difficult if you're a caster, like a sorcerer that relies on throwing a lot of like fireballs or whatever. It can make this, go ahead and get our hireling out. It can make this a little difficult. So I got the longsword just in case I feel like I need it, but I didn't need it for the last couple, so it should be fine without it. But it's just good sometimes to use if you're a two-handed fighting weapon character. You might want to use a single weapon for this quest, just because, and I'm going to hop down here and go over here, just because it will take away that AoE. You'll obviously do a lot less damage, but you won't accidentally kill the Venerated, which are these undead mummy things that we don't want to kill, because we can't. We'll auto-fail the quest. Okay, now this path, sometimes I miss the path. I hope I don't miss it here. It's a little tricky. I can sometimes miss the path and end up going the wrong way. Let's see. I'm hoping I don't miss it, but I might have missed it. Let's see, because we got to go... I think... Let's see. No, I don't need to go this way. I'm going the wrong way. It's a little tricky to actually get to this quest. Here we go. Here's the path. I missed this path earlier. You got to go up the hill right here and around. Then over the bridge. There's actually a little optional here you can actually get a little XP. If you want to come out here and slay, you can, but it's not going to be like worth your time from XP perspective, but there is technically something to do out here. If I want, I'm not going to hunt down all these drow, but I could if I wanted to. All right. Let's do Faithful Departed. Pretty straightforward quest other than the Venerated. Let's see. I'm not going to worry about buffing too much.
The aroma of exotic fruit fills the air, but the peaceful mood is shattered by the silence.
Isn't really that difficult of a quest as long as you're just organized and you pay attention and you don't... this quest is one I actually would encourage you to solo. I need to pull that actually. This quest is actually one that's more difficult in groups, I would say, just because, especially if you're in a public group. I mean, obviously, if you have a group of friends who know what they're doing or who just are all talking, communicating, then it's fine. But if you don't, if you join a public group, this quest is not liked because oftentimes in a public group, one person may not be paying attention or doesn't know what's going on, or is just listening to, music while they're playing and just isn't really paying attention. You can, I didn't need to hit that. You can fail the quest. And it's one of these where you get really upset. People can get really upset at other people in their party because you can screw them over. So if you do group, I would encourage you to solo this one, or just, a lot of people just skip this one. But since we're free to play, we don't really have the option to skip stuff. Or, I mean, I could, but because of this series, I'm going to do my goal is to do every free to play quest. But this is like, look at this map. It's super linear. So there's really nothing. Just run down the map. Turn levers. I rolled a 1. Turn levers, kill stuff. Not much to say. There are a few traps if I recall correctly. So some things I would love to get an adamantine weapon, particularly for, I believe, the boss in, I think the boss in Tempest Spine, the Tempest Spine raid, has adamantine bypass. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he has adamantine DR. And also we're going to start getting to quests with constructs. So I would love to get an adamantine greatsword. I would even settle for, well, no, I really just want an adamantine greatsword. But that's going to be, might be tough to find in a random, just randomly in a chest. But it would be wonderful.
The drow are here.
Okay, so here's our first venerated. The other thing about venerated, you need to make sure your hireling stays away. Your hireling will kill the venerated. Quite a bit of damage from that champ there, actually. So I think in here, yeah, I think that's our first venerated in here. So I'm going to pull my hireling over here. I don't even want him to try to zap. He might zap the venerated through the wall. So I don't want that to happen. Okay. So here we go. We got to pay attention. We'll see the venerated in red text. See him there? He's at the end, right in front of me. We got to make sure we do not hit him. Okay, I'm going to switch to my longsword. We do not want to hit the venerated. They aren't, like, they're kind of fragile. So there we go. Okay, once Once we kill everything, the venerated will, and see their mummies, the venerated will become untargetable once we do that. So good. And I would really recommend, I mean, you really don't want to kill any in these first few rooms because the end fight, it's really difficult to save. There's a venerated in there and it's difficult to save. And you don't have to save all of them. So as you can see, you have a little bit of leeway. Well, actually it doesn't show, but you can kill a few, like one, I think, what, one or two? I don't know the exact number. Maybe one of you in the comments can say, but you can kill a few and it's fine, like one or two. I think it's two you can kill, but whatever the number is, you don't have to be perfect.
A group of drow is here, intent on destroying the coffins at the end of the hall.
Okay. Yeah. I was just checking to see if this was a venerated room. It's not. All the venerated rooms look the same except for the infight. Silver key to open the way. So our buffs did run out. I will rebuff when we get up here. I'll go ahead and rebuff now. Okay, this is this a venerated room? No, this is spider room.
This once served as a dining area. Now, cobwebs cover everything inside, including the rooms previously inhabited.
Okay. Trap here, I believe. Yeah, sonic trap. Fortunately, I jumped at the wrong time. That's okay. That time I actually jumped at the right time. Okay, shrine back there. We'll clear this room first. Got a required book on the pedestal here, I believe. Actually, that might be optional. I can't remember. Anyways. All right. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and hit up the shrine. May as well. Only one in the quest. Actually, let me go ahead and use my lay on hands here. Well, maybe not. This guy's like, no, you're not shrining right now. Okay. Got another venerated room coming up. More traps. Physical traps this time. Stunned again. I don't know if that was a 1 or not. I assume so. Especially these casters. They have lower fortitude saves, so more likely the stun succeeds than if I use it against a melee mob or something. Okay, I think this is a venerated room on the right. No, it's... we got a little ways still. Okay. This is a venerated room. Okay. So I need to buff a little bit. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting a little higher in level. I can stop relying on these temporary buffs. Anyways, I want this guy to heal me, and then he's going to stay there. Okay. Okay, here we go. This guy's a champ, which sucks. Okay, there we go. Good job. Good job, me. Stalwart of Dodge. Doesn't really do too much for us. Okay. And I believe that is the last venerated, except for the infight. There might be one more room. I don't remember. Might be one more room right here. I didn't even have to use my longsword for that one. Luckily, I was able to get the aggro and kind of pull him away from the venerated there. Lots of scorpions. Lots of poison. See. Okay, so we have one more. Yeah, we have one more venerated room here. All right. Looks like we're pretty good on buffs. Just do this. I might do these. Give me a heal, please. All right, let's do this. Luckily, he's staying. Oh, good. He ran right away. Is there one more? Oh, there is one more archer. Okay. We'll use our sword, long sword for him. There we go. Save the venerated. Hello, Mr. Venerated. Potion of bull strength. Why not? All right, now we just got the infight. What is going on with my hireling here? I'm not sure why his health is so low. He might have... there was something rogue that was attacking him? I'm not quite sure. Okay, infight's down here. Fortunately, I don't think we need to worry too much about the venerated. There's also, it can be a little annoying here because you have to kill every enemy for this quest to complete. So it's possible, and there's some enemies that are stealth, so you might have to run around, and we might have to do that, run around the room a little bit, trying to find all these enemies we have to kill. Okay, I'm going to throw on my feather fall really quick here. Actually, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. I tried to... I tried to buff myself in the air. Shouldn't have done that. Whatever. Actually, it's a little shorter than I thought. I didn't have to take too much in terms of... didn't take too much damage. Okay, so the venerated is up here. I mean, it should be fine whether we kill him or not. It's really hard to save this one. There's just so many monsters here that are attacking him. He just doesn't stay alive very long. I mean, I'll do my best here, but we also have our hireling. Might decide to take a shot at him, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. We saved plenty. We might be able to save him here. Oh, wow, we actually... Oh, no, he died. That's okay. Yeah, so we can actually kill 2 venerated, still survive. So, that's fine. So, the quest didn't complete yet, even though that's the end chest. Like I said before, we got to find the stealthed. Like, if it doesn't complete, it's because you got to find... You didn't find all the forces. You have to kill all the forces. So, there should be one more, like, over here somewhere. Probably an archer or somebody that is stealthed. That is a trap. Oh, there he is. Alright, there we go. There is Faithful Departed. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I guess I could recall out and run back and turn this in, but I think I'll go ahead and end the episode here. If I get something good from the end reward list, I'll let you know. I'll let you know next episode. So, guys, I'll see you for the future episodes. Hope you enjoyed this one. Take care. We'll be moving on to level 10 quests next.